What's up?
What is up? We are live. Yay. We didn't slide in too much this time.
I did.
Well, you did, because last minute you're putting up a light.
Oh, doing a bunch of stuff.
Well, and making a
Trying to rearrange the yard.
firewood area.
Hey, RV Dog, Sherry's Creations, Inspirations. RV Weekends is here. RV Dog, RV DJ. Hey.
Hey. So this is the new time. We'll try it out and we'll see. Right?
I like it.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing we didn't have a 2:00 one today.
Yeah, I like it. Well, we could have done 2:00.
It would have been.
Yeah, we could because we were only an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes away. So we just came in from.
Hey, forever best friend.
We just came in from Long Point Park in South Brevard County, right next to the Sebastian Inlet.
Yeah.
And.
Yep, the 3 RVs.
The 3 RVs, yeah.
The 3 RVs and a forever best friend.
That's right. So we didn't get totally rained out. I mean, it rained a lot, but
it was pretty.
I was able to go out and do a few things on Saturday for a few hours. So I got a lot of pictures and video to make it look like we had a wonderful time. And
I didn't go anywhere,
really. But it rained a lot.
And wind. It was really windy, really breezy, gusty.
But I was happy enough to get out and go see Sebastian Inlet State Park and all the amenities there. The store was closed. The museum was closed. You know, I'm kind of tired of all these places being closed.
Yeah.
You know, and then the restaurant was open and closed till at 1 in the afternoon because the weather was
Hi, Minister Music.
supposedly bad. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was rainy, but it wasn't like a hurricane.
No. The only thing I could think of is if they aren't allowed to seat but so many people inside and they were counting on outdoor seating and they couldn't seat anybody outside.
That wasn't the case because they were saying on the sign on the door, it said, wear a face mask, come in.
But they're still making people go at 50% capacity. Even
Right.
with a face mask.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Hopefully that changes.
I guess we won't know. I think it's supposed to change.
I heard some news that it might be changing, which it should.
Yeah, the bars are going to be opening back up.
At
least in Florida.
I'm not worried about a bar. I don't need a bar.
Well, it's a sign.
Yeah, well, the restaurant. I heard the restaurants were going to ease restrictions in the restaurants.
It's a sign.
Sherry's about the same, and I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine.
I feel pretty crummy today.
Yeah,
I was pretty crummy yesterday.
I got all kinds of little aches and pains and stuff. I got a bum thumb. It keeps clicking, like the joint keeps clicking, click, 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 click. Went to a chiropractor. There's nothing he could see in the x-ray. It goes from being perfectly great to stiff, and then it starts clicking and weird. And when I was running around the RV this morning, going to dump the tanks, my knee made a weird pop. You know, so I'm hopping around too quickly because I'm an old guy. I got to move slow. And, you know, Sherry's still having her problems moving around. She's not getting around good at all. So,
yep, Sally was blowing through. Is
that what the name is?
That was the name, is Sally. Or is, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad here. I mean, it was just cloudy and some rainy passing. It was scattered rainy, you know, it would rain really hard and then stop.
And gusty.
And gusty winds.
Gusty winds.
But it, you know, gusty for us, it's not a big deal because it's only like 15 miles an hour, 20 miles per hour maybe. It wasn't horrible.
We had some 45 mile per hour.
Rolling
at least
to slots. Rolling to slots.
Hello,
you know who rolling to slots
is?
is?
I do.
Okay. That's unfamiliar to me.
Yep.
Welcome.
New
Thank
friend.
you. Minister of Music, Terrence Trower. Vanderilla.
You need to have us on your yappy hour. Yeah. You can have me on the yappy hour, me and Oscar, though he doesn't yap.
Yappy hour. Where's that say? Yappy hour.
Right here. Oh, RV Dog.
Yeah, we don't need to be on there.
Misread that. Hey, Vanderella. Getting old, like you're getting old. Like RV Dog.
Yes.
My friend and artist too.
We're old. That's right. We are old.
Yeah.
So we didn't get the kayak because of the wind. I mean, we probably could have kayaked if it wasn't so windy.
Yeah.
You know, we got there Friday evening, you know, kind of later than we wanted, but we took it easy. We enjoyed the drive. We drove 65 the whole way, and then we had to drive through Melbourne the whole way because I-95 is to the extreme west of Melbourne, and we were going all the way to the coast, to the beach, which is extreme east. So we had to drive about, 45 minutes from I-95 through Melbourne, and it was about 4:15, so it was not really rush hour, but just starting to get pretty busy.
Yeah, it's funny if you look at a map, it looks like if you're just looking at the map, we weren't that far.
No, it's not far mileage wise, but it's right through the heart of Melbourne, which is not a big city, but it's certainly not. It certainly gets busy when people are getting off work on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And we got there, and it was a beautiful place, but it was, windy. And we didn't set up much because we're only going to be there 2 nights.
It was a short weekend.
Yeah, so I only brought the kayak and the scooter, and then, a table, and took all that out and wanted to hit the water, but it was just too windy.
Yeah, there was no way we could have gotten in a kayak.
Yeah, we could have did it. It just wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't have been enjoyable.
It wouldn't have been real fun to kind of ease and relax while you're kayaking when the wind's blowing.
It would have been a fight.
And we were right on the water.
The current was cut right, pretty good.
We were right on the water, so it was nice. We had a lot of foliage on the waterfront, on the riverfront, but there was a little cubby kind of area where you could just shoot right in and take the kayak out. So we got some pictures of that, pictures of the site, and we made friends with our neighbor.
It was his shakedown trip.
He had a first trip on his 5th wheel.
Big 5th wheel.
Real big 5th wheel.
Toy hauler. Shakedown trip's fun.
Yeah.
His power cord wasn't long enough.
He only had one power cord, and the power pedestal was all the way at the back of the site, and his power hookup was like 3/4 to the front.
Yeah, it was pretty far.
And he was too short; he couldn't reach. And then I helped him out. It's like, why don't you come in diagonally and cut it with a 5th wheel, cut it really hard, and push the front end around a little, and he was able to reach.
Yeah, that was and you had to go down a little slope, and he didn't have a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah,
he had a dually, but he didn't have a 4-wheel drive, and it was. Yeah, I hope they're dry right now because he needs some dryness to get out of there. But he couldn't get in there. He had to cut down a couple branches. He couldn't put down his back patio.
He had a toy hauler tailgate.
Yeah, so he tried to set up the back patio, but there was no way. He was in the bushes.
Yeah, the site was not big enough for a 40-foot 5th wheel.
And then last night, I hear splashing, and I look out the window, and water is pouring out of their bottom of their rig. And he's outside, and they had let open their gray tanks because apparently they think that the dealership filled their gray water tanks with water to test them and then never drained it. So they were trying to wash dishes, and the water was coming up out of the sink. So they had 80 gallons approximately of water in their gray tanks that was mostly fresh. That they let out right there at the site. Yeah,
so they filled the site up with water.
So 80 gallons.
Yeah.
And we were
already saturated. The ground was saturated.
And we were right there. We were very close to them. Because we had them angle so that they could we gave them part of our site so that they could kind of swing it in there and make room. But it was
There's boondocking with Boomer.
Yeah, you're Lance from Canada.
From Canada. Welcome to the live. We appreciate you being here. We're from Florida.
Power chair, you need toy hauler.
Yeah, we'd love to have a toy hauler someday, but right now we're good.
Happily Ever Hanks.
Happily Ever Hanks. They had a premiere the other day. It was really cool. If you guys watched it was beautiful. Really done. Renee did a great job editing. It looked really pretty. It was breathtaking. The thing that really surprised me was the whole when somebody was walking, they came like behind the tree and they disappeared, and then the
That
went
was
into
really
the next scene.
good.
That was cool. Now I'm gonna have to steal that and use that.
Yeah, that was really, really, really
Good job, Renee.
That was really
Really
good.
impressive. It was nice.
So
Pretty pictures too.
I'm trying something different. So I'm actually simulcasting 2 lives right now on YouTube as an experiment. So I have my art channel and I have that running on a live right now, and I have this running on a live. I'm curious as to how it's going to do watch time. So this is just an experiment.
Okay.
So we'll see, because this also might come in handy when we do interviews with people. So like maybe if we do something with Happily Ever Hanks again, if we could do this kind of format, it would be running at the same time and maybe both getting watch hours. The only thing is, because I own both of those channels, we own those channels, I didn't feel funny about putting them on there, and I don't know how it would work if it was somebody else's channel, because they did send me a verification code, and so whoever we did this to would have to we'd have to work together for it. But if this works, this might be a really good way to do interviews and then have that showing on both pages.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, I thought about a channel. How about an old man reacts to modern music? An old man reacts to love songs and starts crying on video. Oh, this was such a good song. I guess it's making me.
And then you have to do your rock thing. What's your little?
No, this is love songs.
Oh.
Like passionate love songs and ballads, duets and things. How would that go over? An old man? Because, we see a lot of young people doing reactions to classic. What if we flip-flop it? We do old man reacting to modern music, or hip-hop or sad songs. Because you see some of these people reacting to sad songs or love songs and stuff, and they're crying.
So if anybody wants to look on the other channel, our other channel, you could do that and see if it's running. I think it's running on there. Yeah, I think it would be cool if it works that way. And I think that's a good idea. That'd be fun.
Sunshine Side of Life.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I hadn't heard from you. I hadn't seen you. I was hoping that just meant you were doing good and living life and having a great time. I'm sorry. I'm not in a hospital, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, there's always somebody doing worse than you are in us.
To put things into perspective.
Always.
Yeah.
Yep. So we met a nice friendly neighbor at our campsite. He was real nice, and he had a whole family. I mean, they filled up this fifth wheel. There was like 4 cars and kids and dogs, and it was
for a shakedown trip.
Oh my goodness, it was so many people there.
For a shakedown trip, he had his whole family there. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then we were on Traveling Robert's Facebook page, and I posted a picture from where we were at and said where we were at, and found out that there was somebody else there that was on Traveling Robert's Facebook page.
Yeah.
They were a few sites over, about 10, 12 sites over. They were called Baldy and the Bun.
Baldy and the Bun.
Baldy and the Bun. So
we got to look them up.
The gentleman was bald.
Did you look them up?
I did. I looked at their page. So they were, he was bald and she had her hair in a bun. So that was their thing. And so we chatted with them a little bit via Facebook. And then when we were leaving, when we went to the dump station, there they were at the dump station the same time we were there. So that was kind of a fun thing to meet somebody.
Thank you, Sunshine. I hope you get better. The bugs weren't bad because it was windy and rainy.
No bugs.
It was windy and rainy.
I went out to Scout Island. 0 bugs. It was amazing. First time I've been out there 2 times, and that was the first time I went out on the island and didn't have any bugs.
Last year it was awful.
And it wasn't wet. I went on Scout Island with my DJI Osmo action camera and shot all kinds of great video on the island and the Australian pines, and the wind was blowing through the pines and it sounded beautiful. And I went to a beach right there on the island and got the the action camera right on the water, and these little tiny waves about this big were breaking, and I was trying to get the camera in it. So hopefully we'll get a good shot of that. So let's see here. What did Happily Ever Hank say there? So I guess we both can be on a live stream. Mrs. Hanks here while Kyle chats on the other. Oh, cool. Hi, Mrs. Hanks. Renee, thanks
Yeah,
for chatting with
it's showing
us.
up. We're live on this other one too.
And we're doing art.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're artsy. Yeah, smash the like button. That'd be great. And watch as much as our videos as you can. We're trying to get our watch hours so we can get monetized. And maybe when we get monetized, they'll push our videos more.
Yeah.
So we're very thankful for that. And so we had a great time at the park as
what site
weather,
number were we in?
As we were site 90. So and we got that last second. I literally just booked it about 3 weeks ago. So it was last second, and we already booked for next year. So we already have 13 trips planned for the rest of this year and into
Next year.
August, July. Not August, but July. We're all the way into July. So we have something in October, November, 2 in December, and rolls into January. And I forgot where else. April, May, March.
We got one in July. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of trips planned, and we already booked. We went around the campsites. Sherry and I, we rode on the scooter, and we rode around the campground. It's a pretty big campground. It's nice, and we saw. We were looking for sites that we should look for, for the next time to get a better view of the water and have a better site layout. So we picked our top 10 sites, and I found the top one. It was probably between these two I thought were my favorite, and I got one of the two that was our favorites.
Yeah. So
we locked that down for next year. Site 55 was I had to go all the way to July to get site 55 of next year, because it was people, they booked the favorite sites. The one I thought was one of the two favorites was already taken, so I took the second of our top two and got it.
Got a mama text, got to respond.
Oh, you got a Happily Ever Hanks, just a new subscriber here. Yay, Sherry, yay.
Hey.
You hit the thumbs up 3 times. Thank you.
I think you probably counteracted, yes, no, yes. That's funny. Thank you, Happily Ever Hanks.
So we had a little
yes, that is true, Happily Ever Hanks.
We had a little disturbance on the way home today. As soon as I pulled out of the campground and got on A1A and started heading back home, I noticed my steering wheel was doing a little bit of this, and we were only doing about 45. And I was like, let me pull off the road and look. So I pull off the road. I kicked the tires, to see if the lug nuts were loose or anything, because my lug nuts are hidden.
Hey, Johnny's Journey.
And didn't see anything, and just continued on. And we drove all the way down A1A, got on 192, and headed cross town to get on 95. And as soon as we got on 95,
interstate,
it was not happening. I mean, the front end started to shake.
It was a vibrating
really bad.
truck.
So I figured, we got a bad tire. So
vibrating truck.
We pulled over, and I looked again. I couldn't see anything, so I rolled up again another a half turn of the tire to get a better look at the whole tire. And sure enough, there was a plies separating on the tire, and they're old tires. They came with the truck, so the tires were separating on the truck. So I had to change the tire on the side of I-95, and we found a nice overpass under an overpass. So there was lots of pavement wide.
It was a good spot. If we had to do it, it was a good spot. And of course, as a YouTuber, we had to video it.
Yeah, Sherry got some video of me changing the tire.
I videoed it all. And the safety precautions we took. 2
of the must-haves that we're going to be making a video of our top 10 or whatever RV things. 2 things I always bring that I will not leave without.
And we needed it.
We may never. One of them we very, very rarely use is a floor jack. I always bring a floor jack, and put it in the back of my truck, and I never use it. Just, you never know though. And sure enough, today I was able to use it. I just popped it under there and boom, 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 and jacked up the front. And I also carry a high, powerful impact wrench, not one of those little DeWalt things.
You're giving away all of our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I paid $200 for this Cobalt Impact. It's so heavy that it's like curling a dumbbell. It probably weighs about 7 pounds. It's that heavy with the battery in it. And I was able to go zip, 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 and zip off the lug nuts. And
got video of it all.
And change the tire. The hardest part and the worst part was the tire. No lie. I mean, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'4", 4.5.
The truck had a casualty.
And the tire is so tall, it almost comes up to my waist. That's how big these tires are. It's a 20-inch wheel. And I have a bad back. So I went to try to throw it in the back of the truck. And I try not to throw my back out. And I dented our truck.
The truck has,
the truck has another dent in it.
The truck has a dent.
But these tires are so enormous. They are 12 inches wide. And they're 3 foot tall. It's crazy how big these tires are.
You know, and I never really thought about it. I guess, I mean, it makes sense to me, but I never thought about it that if you're pulling a camper and you have a bad truck tire, you have to disconnect.
Yeah, to get the tire out of the back.
To get the tire out of the back and then to jack up the truck and to do all that stuff.
Yeah, the tire's underneath the bed, so you got to stick the tool inside the back bumper and then spin it. So to spin it, the trailer frame is in the way. You can't spin it. So you got to disconnect the trailer, move up about 3 feet, and then lower the tire.
Done. 40 minutes maybe?
It's not a big deal.
35, 40 minutes. We were done.
We aired up the tire. Good thing. Oh, the other thing, we had our Via Air.
You're giving away all
Happily Ever Hanks. We had our Via Air pump, and the spare tire had about 30 PSI in it, and it has a max of 80. So I pumped it up about 65 PSI. It's going to be on the front. And we used our Via air compressor, pump up our tire, make sure. So it worked out. I know I talk a lot.
The AAA, he's saying you just called AAA.
Yeah, then we'd still be there.
We video the mishaps. Yeah, and then there was a really bad accident. I was laughing because Florida has road rangers, and you can't pull over to pee on the side of the road without a road ranger, without the road ranger showing up.
Right, change a diaper.
Yeah, and change a diaper. I remember them. I was nursing a baby, and boom, they were right there. So, they're always there. But today, we were actually pulled over for almost an hour and not one road ranger. And then we got back in the truck after hooking everything back up and headed down the road. Mm-hmm. And there was a horrible accident with 2 road rangers. So, they get a freebie.
We had 2 road rangers already occupied in Brevard County while we had a flat tire.
Yeah, they had a sewer truck.
Yeah,
that went down into off the embankment.
Down in the
rolled,
woods,
flipped, and was into the woods and was upside down. So we'll give them a freebie. Mm-hmm. We'll pray that everybody in that.
Well, we were fine, self-sustained. You know, I'm one of those guys.
We would have sent them on their way anyway.
I've been there, done it so many times on the side of the road. So that's why I bring a floor jack, an impact wrench, and a Via air compressor, and a 4-way lug wrench. We got everything we need to
Via Air for the win.
To keep going.
Ford Man, Kenneth Oaks.
Yeah.
Papa Drew, did I ever say hi to you, or did I just give you crap?
So
I think I just gave you crap. I'm sorry. Hi.
After we got set up, I took off to the Home Depot to make a little firewood rack because we have some firewood that is out laying on the ground. So that's what I was doing right up until the time we started. I went and visited my grandbabies. I got to get a picture.
You got to show a picture? I didn't go. I didn't. Yeah.
My daughter asked how you were doing.
Good. I missed the grandbabies.
Yeah, I went to go see my grandbaby.
Robert and 4 of his grandbabies.
Yep.
That's all from his daughter.
My one daughter has 4 babies.
4 babies.
3 boys and 1 girl. And they are the epitome of Rugrats in a good way. They're tough kids and they eat dirt and they tumble on trampolines and they fall off everything and get hurt. And
they have bruises.
In a minute, they're up and going again. Matter of fact, when I came in, they were crying because they were running through the house and did a head-on collision and both had bumps on their head. But then
they'll never get sick because you said they eat so much dirt.
They eat so much junk from the ground. It's incredible. It's like they're out on the back porch and they have a toy thing with toys in it. and the little ones are just like a toddler, and he's just putting everything in his mouth, and they're all filthy dirty when they play out in the dirt and stuff. But they're great. They're having a good time.
They're having fun. They're not stuck to a TV.
Yep.
They're outdoor playing kids.
Mm-hmm.
The video gaming and.
Yep, having a good time.
Yep.
Yeah. So we had a great time. Like I said, I took off. Sherry wasn't feeling well. I took the scooter over the county line into Indian River County to the Sebastian Inlet State Park. And they have a campground there and a day visit area with a restaurant and a pier, a couple fishing piers, several fishing piers, actually. Mm-hmm. They have an inlet, right? And they have a pier on both sides. One is really big. And then under the inlet, or over the inlet, is the A1A, which crosses from Brevard County into Indian River County. And below the A1A is another fishing pier. So they have lots of fishing there. Boat ramps everywhere, surfing.
It's a really neat place.
I got lots of cool guys surfing at the beach. Yeah. So the waves were killing. It was like 4 to 6 foot sometimes. It was, blown out, but man, these dudes were still surfing.
Friday was good because Friday we got there early enough that we went for a ride. Got down to we found a beach, walked down to beach access, got a couple beach pictures.
Yeah, I don't have the beach pictures with me because I offloaded.
You offloaded them.
I offloaded everything last night. Yeah, I made a big boo boo.
Yeah.
When we were pulling into the campground on Friday, I had my camera going on my phone, and I had not yet deleted. I had not yet offloaded the videos from Jonathan Dickinson State Park. So when we were coming in. There's a beach picture. Beautiful. I put that on Traveling Robert Facebook page. Yeah, when we're coming in, my phone memory filled up with video. So I went and deleted what I thought was already deleted video, but I accidentally deleted all the videos from Jonathan Dickinson State Park. So I had a snake striking at the camera. I had a fox running down the road.
And today.
That's our new tire. Look at that. It's like NASCAR.
Yep.
So anyway, I deleted footage from Jonathan Dickinson State Park. What a pain. So now I lost all that video from Jonathan Dickinson.
Oh. They do not cover 92. Guess they only
No, not 92. No, they're going to cover the interstates. Like, yeah,
the bridge wasn't that fun on the scooter. At least when we went over the first time because it was dry and it hadn't rained, and so there was lots of dust on the bridge. And when we went over the bridge,
I didn't notice.
We got pelted.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, you did. Okay. You said.
I don't remember.
You said something about the.
Oh, I don't
remember. We went over the bridge, all the dirt and the bugs.
Yeah, the bugs.
Yeah.
Okay. Any day on a scooter is a good day, even in the rain.
Yep. And yeah, no drone.
Yeah, it was so windy. Couldn't take the drone out. It was blowing steady 15 miles an hour, it seemed.
East Coast has waves. West Coast is the Gulf and not as much.
East Coast doesn't have usually much waves, But we had a tropical depression come across the south of Florida. So that was blowing onshore. So there were waves. I would show you the pictures, but I already took them off my phone. They were 4 to 6 foot waves, and the dudes
probably going to be a painting.
The dudes were killing it out there. I'm telling you, they were surfing it. It was good. I got some good video of guys surfing.
Really good video.
Now it's not perfect form because the waves are blown, but still these guys were enjoying the good surf. So yeah. We don't have a lot of waves. The best waves you get here is when there is a low pressure system out in the Atlantic, but it doesn't come ashore. So it stays out there and churns up the bottom and pushes the energy in. Then we get big swells. Yeah. So we get some pretty big waves. And they're nice.
I just got a notification about a premiere we have in 30 minutes.
Yes, we have a premiere today at 7 p.m. of the catch, clean, and cook lobster in the Florida Keys.
If you don't have bugs in your teeth, you're not riding right now. I actually, yeah, I had bug guts on my arm when we stopped.
I've been meaning to stop and get Sherry some goggles for her eyes when we're riding, because when we're just going short distances, we don't wear a helmet with a face mask or anything.
Yes.
So
we got a
visitor. Oh, look who it is. Look at the camera, Oscar.
He's like, what are you doing to me?
Look. Whoa, he wasn't happy about that.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're
Yes.
talking about get some of those eye goggles, little small glasses for like cutting pieces of wood or something with a saw. So
He's
she can.
Going right back.
He wants to get behind the couch.
He wants to look out back out there.
Okay.
He wants to look.
So yeah, I was gonna get some clear stuff for Sherry when we ride on the scooter around town and stuff, in short drives.
I'm getting whacked by a tail because you made him mad.
That's okay. It goes what goes around comes around. He makes me mad, so I'm just moving him. I'm not being mean. I'm just moving him. Yeah, so
the cat is really cute.
So
it's Oscar.
One thing I did get was some slow motion footage of the waves crashing on the jetty.
That was really cool.
I even got so close that my shoe got wet. So it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it, getting slow-mo footage.
Y'all getting this?
So we were
this tail action here. I'm getting.
So hopefully I'll have a pretty good full video for Sebastian Inlet State Park, even though we didn't stay there. But that's in the works, because the thing I really liked about Sebastian Inlet State Park is their campground has some sites that are really close to the water. It's not like it's waterside, on the water, but there's where the back of your site is, there's a road, and then on the other side of the road is jetty. So you could literally walk out your back door, cross a little road. It's a very slow, like a 50-mile-per-hour road, and then be right there on the jetty, and you're right at the inlet where the ocean water is coming through. So it's really a good park to
we actually saw a big old raccoon too when we were on the scooter.
Almost ran over a raccoon.
Almost ran over a big fat raccoon on the scooter.
We were on the scooter. We just pulled out of the store of where a Long Point is, and we literally just pulled out. We weren't even going 10 miles an hour. And the coon, it was broad daylight, and he decided he was going to run out in front of the scooter. And he made it. I didn't run him over, but he got across the street. Big one. Yeah, he wasn't missing many meals. He frequents, I'm sure, the dumpster there. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. You use Kyle's motorcycle glasses to cut. So this is a big one. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, during the day when we're out and about and we're on the scooter, I usually wear my sunglasses. But then at night when it gets dark, I don't want to put sunglasses on because then I can't see. Yeah, so that's where I really want to get something that I can, maybe just some clear glasses.
I ride the scooter a lot at the campground. It's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
So right before it got dark, I said, "Hey, I want to go for a ride. You want to go?" And she said, "Yeah." So we went out to the beach, and it was overcast and a little breezy, but it was cool. So it wasn't hot.
A couple miles.
So we drove a few miles into Indian River County, and there was a beach access, and we walked to the beach. Actually, the public beach had closed, and then there was a little trail that if you moved up the road a little, there was a little access.
Yeah, you could get in.
A dirt trail.
It was harder to get to the beach.
Yeah, you had to walk through the sand dunes.
It was a little steep, and
I think I have a picture of it right here. Right there. This was the old sand dune path to get to the beach.
Yeah, and then you had to go up a little hill, and
yeah, it was it was the old days.
It was a sand dune.
Oh, here's the oh,
you might have to restart it.
The slow-mo I got of my wave crashing. Look at that. It's like I'm inside of the human body. for a second
Inside the
there.
wave.
It was cool looking.
You have you have reservations for Sebastian Inlet State Park. You'll have to let us know when you're there. We'll have to do a meetup.
Yeah.
Because really, that's not far. We could go and meet at.
It's not that big either. That
No.
that campground is not that big.
No.
The park is pretty big, but the campground is
Yeah,
not.
you have to let us know. We definitely could get together if we're not going someplace that whenever you're here.
The park is very spacious for having a lot of areas on the water. So there's plenty of areas to have access to the water, and there's little beaches all over the place where you could just bring your lawn chair and put it out on the beach and relax.
There are some beaches that you can drive on in Florida.
New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach.
I was gonna say there's one up in St. Augustine that you can drive
St.
on.
Augustine, yep.
There's one in Jacksonville you can drive on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is there one in Daytona?
Yeah, Daytona Beach. I had mentioned that.
New Smyrna?
Yeah, because remember, that's where NASCAR started.
Yeah.
On Daytona Beach.
Yep.
New Smyrna Beach, actually.
So, yeah, there's some beaches you can drive on.
Yeah.
Just have to be careful what you drive. When I lived in North Carolina, there was some video things that would go out on Facebook because people would pull all kinds of things on the beach and then not be able to get off the beach. And so that was the big thing, was people would sit there and videotape all the idiots that thought that they could take their little, convertibles or their big trucks that aren't 4-wheel drive and heavy. Or somebody, I think, got an RV stuck out there because they thought they were going to drive. But it actually was a 4-wheel drive beach. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty cool waves. He came back and he showed me the video of those.
Yeah, and because it was so rough, there was some waves crashing over on the walkway to get to the pier. I went all the way out on the pier. That was another cool thing about the Sebastian Inlet Pier.
That would be epic fun.
Is if you go out on the pier, you get great access and close proximity to the surfers because you can see them surfing along the pier. Mm-hmm. It's really good. I got lots of video of them.
You've got the straight line of them.
And I actually made another boo-boo while videotaping. I was hitting what I thought was the record button, and I wasn't recording. I was turning off the recording. So then every time I hit the record button, it was turning it off. And then when I go to turn it off, I turn it on. I'd be walking with the camera like this, so I missed a whole bunch.
He caught a lot of at the ends.
Oh my goodness.
The ends of the beginning and then stopped it.
It was so
it was like, oh,
frustrating after I looked at the video and went, what is this? I'm just walking with my camera down by my side.
So yeah, we had some video. Oops.
Yeah, and then there was a manatee in the inlet, swimming in, a manatee in the inlet. That was nice.
But you don't have a video of it.
I hope I do somewhere, but I didn't see a video of it. I thought I was videotaping, but I wasn't. I was actually stopping it. I went, oh, stop the recording. Look at that. Start the recording. Put it down on my side and walk. Oh, start the recording. Nope, I stopped the recording.
Well, I spent all day yesterday trying to upload a 2-minute video. I learned a valuable lesson. Not to save my video, even if it's only 2 minutes in 4K, and then try to upload it when you have crappy internet. And then when it says do not click the close button unless you're ready to close, well, I got like 75% through, which was like hours. And I clicked the close button and had to start it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lessons
Lucky
learned.
Dog says, been there, done that. I'm assuming you're talking about me with the phone. And I was getting some great surfing close-ups. I thought I was.
You thought.
What
you
a
got
drag.
some good. You got some good ones. There was some good ones. They're salvageable.
When I first went out to the inlet, I went on a different beach access, like a boardwalk, and went straight out to the beach. So I went out to the beach and I was shooting video from the boardwalk on a different spot. So I got surfing that way. But then when I walked back, I went to the pier and went on the pier and got video, but I didn't get much. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Here is you get on the wrong beach. The surfers will jump you and beat you up. It's their beach. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. California. It's their beach, according to them.
Yeah. Well, we need to come up with a non-lethal whoop somebody's tail tool. Like a stun gun.
Stun gun.
That's not so stunning. It just wraps them up like a spider web, and then you leave them laying there, and they'll get out
That's
eventually.
what it is. We need to have a Spidey gun. What was
Yeah.
that? What did he do this? And it.
No, it's like this. Right.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm totally there. That.
Yeah.
Woo! That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wrap them up in a spider web.
So we got our premiere coming up at 7, and get ready for some beautiful lobster catching video. It's not long. It's a short lobster catching segment. Not as long as the other one will be. I'll have a longer segment when I do some more video.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful visibility in one area. It's real pretty. And underwater catching lobsters, actually me looping the lobster, catching it and bringing it in, and cleaning the lobster. And if you're squeamish about cutting up lobsters or gutting them, don't watch it.
At least don't watch the very beginning of
I
it.
put a little disclaimer there after I caught them and went to clean them. Viewer discretion,
And you pick the least.
graphic.
You pick the least.
I'm still stabbing them with a knife.
But you pick the least squirmy lobster.
Yeah. Try to get one that was pretty gone.
Yeah.
Because, we keep them fresh till we get them to the dock.
Yep.
Oh, my.
Ready for some lobster. And Papa Drew is talking about Margaret Thatcher.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what Papa Drew is going to say.
Yeah, I wish I would have took a picture of.
Can you hear them scream? No, but you hear them making noise.
No, they do make noises,
They make that. I don't know what it is. It's like
their
it's
antenna.
Not a scream, but it's like a.
At the base of their antenna is a knuckle.
Squealy noise.
At the base of their antenna, there's a knuckle, and when they move it, there's a spot that rubs against another part of their shell, and it makes
it's like a squealy,
wrenching sound.
Yeah, it's like a weird noise.
Yeah, it's a wrenching sound that's supposed to try to scare away predators.
Yeah,
it's
not a nice.
So
sound.
they do that on shore too when they're trying to like get away from me, and yeah. So anyway, you're gonna see some catch, clean, and cook. Now the cook portion, if you've watched our past videos of steak and lobster, the cook part is redundant in that area because I just used the footage that we had already cooked some lobsters. Speaking of lobsters,
what did we have for dinner last night?
We had steak and lobster last night, and I got a picture. I
absolutely can.
Let's see here.
Oh, was that our dinner last night? Get closer. Steak, lobster at the bottom, broccoli, and butter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. And it was good. And we had Sherry says, why did crab cross the road? We were driving the scooter around the park at night, and a crab was out on the street, and we tried to get some video of it. And it's not great video because the headlight casts a shadow, and it's not really a great video, but we got it. A lobster crossing the road. Pretty big lobster, too. It was probably...
Lobster, not lobster, crab.
Crab, my bad. It was a crab, and he was about that big. So, I like to ride the scooter at all times of the day and night. So, in the middle of the night, around, 9 o'clock or something, I'm like, I'm going to go for a scooter ride. You want to
He was facing the other side of the scooter, so you were getting, like, the back end view, and it was kind of dusky at night. So I got off the scooter, and I was trying to, like, coax him so you could turn around so you got the real, like, lobster look with the little claws. And took my flip-flop off, and that little sucker kind of did a little after me and then took off. You could hear his little legs.
Yeah. And one of my videos
actually about that big.
In one of my videos, I have a close-up of a small crab, and I got really close, and he punched me like that on the video camera.
We were eating good in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, I love steak. Sherry likes steak. So we try to have a steak once a week. And I came across this great deal from our local grocery where they had 4 steaks for
Yeah,
like
they were New York-
$18.
New York strips.
One set of 4 was New York strips, and the other set of 4 was ribeye. So I got 4 and 4. So they were each around $17, $18. So for $37, we have 8 steaks.
Yeah.
So
4
that's
dinners.
4 dinners, steak dinners.
It's 4 dinners for us.
For what you would pay if you both went out to Texas Roadhouse and
Yep.
had one dinner.
Hey, frugal duo, how are you doing tonight? You are down to 15 minutes before we watch Catch, Clean, Cook.
We're going to see a video on catching lobsters in the Keys, cleaning them on the dock, and cooking them. And the part between the catching them and cleaning them is you'll see my brother take them out of the boat live well, stick them in a big bag, and carry them to the dock so we can clean them. And you'll see a picture of all the lobsters that we caught for that one session, which wasn't all of the lobsters we caught, but just for that one boat trip.
Yum. We didn't have breakfast this morning.
No breakfast this morning.
No, we left to we had to leave.
Well, what it was
a
is
storm was coming. It had been raining.
I got into bed really late last night, and I woke up around 8:45 and said, okay, checkout time is at 11, so let me get up, make sure we get out on time. And then when I got up and I looked at the radar, there was rain coming, so I said, I think I can beat the rain because we don't have a whole lot out there. So all I had was
Sorry, Kenneth.
Yeah, I'm very hungry now.
Yeah,
I feel hungry. So I all we had was the scooter, the kayak, a table, and our little floor
And everything
mat.
was muddy.
And I just had to pick it up, throw it in the truck, and hook up, and we took off. So literally, right when I hooked up the truck, it started to blow like it was about to rain, and I didn't even plug in the electrical connectors or the safety chains. I just hooked that thing on and took off. And Sherry said, "Hey, our sign," because we have a sign that we put in the ground so people know to look at our channel. She goes, "Hey, our sign's still out there," and so she had to get the sign. And then we took off to the dump station and started raining when we were at the dump station.
While he was hooking everything up, I was sitting in the truck. I was dying laughing because I look up and going across this big field in front of us is somebody's trash can rolling through this field, and then somebody on a golf cart like riding right behind it, like trying to chase down the trash can because the wind, like it was one of those big
there was like a
gusts.
gust, like a storm was coming, and in front of the storm, the wind was blowing like 25 miles an hour, and a trash can went taking off.
And then finally he jumped out and ran. Like he got out of the golf cart and he ran after it and got it.
I wasn't watching. I was trying.
It was pretty funny. By the time I got my video, I did get a little bit on video. By the time I could get my phone to not focus on the raindrops on the windshield, he had already jumped out and was.
And for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, when we were at Long Point Park in Brevard County, South Brevard, we were on a Traveling Robert Facebook page, and I posted a picture of our beach view where we took a ride on the scooter and went to the beach, and then I shared that on Traveling Robert's Facebook page.
I think we got to find that.
And then somebody was at Long Point Park from Traveling Robert's Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was on at the same park as we were for Traveling Robert's Facebook page. And I just started chatting with them a little bit and said, hey, and they were called Baldy and the Bun.
Baldy and the Bun. And then when we were at the dump station this morning,
right.
They were there. We went past them and they were sitting there.
Yeah.
You rolled the window down and said, hey,
yeah,
Baldy and the Bun.
Yeah, I yelled at them, Baldy and the Bun. Hey. And it was raining. So at Long Point, they have 2 dump stations.
Camping therapy. I hope you're doing okay.
They have 2 dump stations, one in front of each other. So they were at the back one. So we had to go around them. And when I went around them, I yelled, hey, the Baldy and the Bun. And
yeah,
so
that's a nice layout.
Yeah.
2 dump stations.
2 brand new dump stations.
It's always a great exit when you can have 2 dump stations, especially when you have to get out there at 11 o'clock in the morning.
And we'll go from talking food to talking dump station. So they have 2 brand new dump stations. It's so brand new that the seal for the cap on the dumping lid kept the water from the rain from going into the tank. So I literally had to open the lid, and there was about 3 inches of water in the reservoir where you hook up your
Oh.
drain line, and I had to let that out, and then because when I stick mine in, it would seal it. So anyway, that's little details that we deal with when we go camping.
Yeah, Long Point is great. I can't wait till we go back again.
Yeah, we didn't see any manatees. It was really windy. I did see a manatee at the inlet. I saw a manatee swimming through the inlet.
We saw a manatee last year.
Yeah, we saw manatees last year, but it was beautiful weather. This year,
Yeah.
the wind was blowing. It was rainy.
Darn Sally.
Yeah, and I went across to Scout Island.
What was that song about Sally?
Mustang Sally?
Yeah.
Mustang Sally.
Squirrel.
Yeah, so we didn't see any. We didn't get to get on the kayak because the wind was blowing. It would have been a nice, pleasant kayak, run. So we didn't get to do that.
I mean, you get the current coming through there. It was pretty good. It was coming out of clip.
That was a good thing about being in the river there because it's so close to the inlet that the water is, clean. It's not so stagnant.
A lot of people there fishing.
Yeah, a lot of fishing.
A lot of fishing going on.
A lot of fishing. Yeah. So the good thing about Long Point is probably 80% of the sites are on the water. So it's like an island, and all the campsites are on the perimeter of the island, even though there are some interior sites.
There are some interior.
But the majority of them are all on the outside where the island butts up to the water. So most people have water sites. So it's really cool.
And some of them are laid out where you could actually, instead of like backing into it, you can kind of pull, they're not really meant to be pull throughs, but you could pull through so that you are actually
facing the water.
Yeah. So you're,
when you open your door,
is like right there at the water.
Yeah. So if you got windows like this,
yeah.
you can face the water. It's a beautiful view. So it's a county park. So, it's not one of those state parks.
They were at 76 or 77.
But yeah.
Good spot.
We were at 90, which 76 or 77 is probably closer to the point, right?
Yeah, they were on the point.
The 1 point. Yeah. That's where the Baldy and the Bun were.
Yep.
They were near the point. And I booked down around the corner a little bit facing the south. We booked 55 for next July.
So are we facing the island, the little island?
I'm not sure if we're facing the island. No, that one was taken. That was a beautiful one. And there was one there that you were so close to the island that it was probably 50, 60 feet from your shore.
You could walk it.
I looked at that one and it was booked. So I had to go to the second number one choice. So we had 2 number one choices. And the second one was 55. So we got 55.
Awesome. Backed in the back of the van was about 3 feet. Now we did the way he angled us so that looking right out this window, we had the water. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, we were close. The back end of the RV was about 4 or 5 feet from the water.
Yeah.
So we were close.
When you get a nice breeze. Well, right now, this weekend, there was a nice breeze everywhere. It was very breezy. Mm-hmm. No awnings were out.
Yeah, I wanted to fly the drone there, but it was so windy that I was concerned about losing the drone in the wind. So I didn't do it, but that's an ideal location to fly the drone because it's county, it's not a state park. And even so, if you wanted to get out of the park, like you could literally walk to that other island and you wouldn't necessarily be in the park, I would assume. You could fly the drone there, but there's so much water sites that you could fly the drone around the whole edge of the campground and get great views of the park. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just another reminder, we got a premiere coming up in 8 minutes because it doesn't start till 2 minutes after.
Y'all like that thumbnail? Big old lobster.
Yeah, Sherry's good at that.
I have fun with those.
Yeah, the lobster's right on her head.
The lobster was on our head. I didn't, but Oscar wasn't in that thumbnail. I was gonna put lobster. I was gonna put Oscar on top of the lobster like he was riding the lobster. But
yeah, if I look at the radar before we left, that storm had gotten off the coast of Florida, and it had a lot of rain, like it always does on the northwest side. And
I haven't seen any updates on it.
oh my goodness, it's taken off. It's halfway across the Gulf.
Does it say what it's
Wow.
Does it show what it's going to be when it hits?
It's
one?
saying 1. It looks like it's due west of Fort Lauderdale, Tampa,
Yeah.
which is pretty fast. That thing was just off the coast of Florida
It was ripping.
yesterday, and now it's straight out from Tampa, a couple hundred miles. It looks like it's going to hit New Orleans by tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Category 1.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Nope, they don't need it. But most of the rain is offshore Florida now. Tampa's getting some.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, getting rain. Port Charlotte, they're still getting rain. We're not getting any rain right now.
No, it's not windy here or anything. It's much better.
It's moving away from us.
It's much, much, much better.
Yeah, and the other hurricanes are projected to move away, which are great news. Because that one that was coming off of Africa pretty far south, I was thinking, oh, hopefully that one doesn't stay south, and it turned up to the north, so that's good.
It's crazy. We're getting way up in the alphabet for these hurricanes this year.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
2020,
used to it.
yeah.
Nothing surprised me. It bothers me when they constantly harp on the records.
No.
It's just annoying. It's just, to me, it just feels like they're trying to put fear and keep the viewers up, and I don't like it. But they do their job. That's their job. You know.
Man, I'm hungry.
I know.
We came back in and we got home and fixed kind of like I guess it was lunch.
I don't know. That was a pretty big snack. Yeah.
It was a
lunch.
It was a lunch.
And now look
now
what time
it's 7
it is.
o'clock.
Yeah. We were set up around noon, right?
Yeah.
Around noon we had lunch, and now it's 7. No wonder we're hungry.
Yeah. Food time.
Yeah, it is great news for us that we're not dealing with a hurricane.
It is the fear factor.
Yeah, because how many times you seen those guys? Didn't they get caught last year or the year before?
Yeah,
faking how windy it was. By the guy was looking like he was leaning so hard into the wind, and then behind him a guy was just walking down the street. I mean, that was a joke. It's so sad. It's so sad that
it's like during Florence or Michael or one of those.
That's one reason I never watched reality TV. That's what's so good about YouTube. When people are traveling, there's not a bunch of drama.
It's reality.
It
is reality.
It is reality. Because, some of these shows are really interesting and they start really well, but then they turn into this drama fest, and it's sad.
We could have made it like the reality for like on this broken down on the side of the road. Boom.
I mean, can you imagine let's just say the show like The Bachelor. Imagine The Bachelor being legit, not having people just going to bed all the time before they see if they want to take them. That would be a pretty good show. If you remember the old dating game? Like they do all this conversation without any contact. I mean, that was a fun show to watch, the dating game.
I still watch that now at night.
Yeah, it's a great show. You don't have to have all that.
What we did.
You don't have to have that slime ball stuff going on. That's for people that are immature and naive, and they're just trying to. They're teaching them how to behave badly. It's sad. Remember the old shows? They used to teach people how to behave good,
manners.
Yeah, and respect elders and respect your. So we watched a show the other night. Watched a movie called Drumline.
It was awesome.
And I don't know how old it is, early 2000s or whatever.
It's almost 7 o'clock.
And it was great. It was teaching these kids in college honor and respect and dignity. And now these shows are teaching them how to disrespect their parents and disrespect the authority
government and the police
and just rebel. And they don't know what's good for them, because law and order is actually good. It actually creates.
I hate it when I hear little kids seeing cops and saying bad things, because they're hearing it from their parents. And
well, we got
sad, because when they really need the police, the police will still be there for them. But
we got 2 minutes and counting till the premiere of our next video. I hope you guys will be able to watch it. And what do you say? Your moderators drop their links or whatever?
They already did.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you to our moderators. I think it was Thursday we had one little troll in there.
Yeah.
So
Appreciate it.
acting like dummies. So we need those moderators to help. It's definitely something we appreciate very much.
Yep.
So
Well,
yeah.
Appreciate you guys. We appreciate everybody here to watch. We appreciate all of you guys' thoughts and prayers.
So hope you enjoy the video.
Keep them coming.
Hope you enjoy the video.
All right. We will see you over at the other side.
Yeah. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. Well, we'll see you at the premiere.
Yeah, at the premiere.